Hello, everybody. This was a totally spontaneous live. I was just watching the Sidley twins and I thought I'd jump on. Hi, Lizzie. Thanks for showing up. How are you? Hi, Ash MB2 and Pleasure O'Reilly. Thanks for being here. Oh my gosh, people came. It's such a relief when I see people show up when I do these spontaneous lives because I'm like, I'm just going to be talking to myself. But great, there are people here. Hi, Jan. Hi, Spy Kabooby Baby Shark. That's an interesting name. Hi, Kate. Oh, thank you, Ash. I appreciate it. Hi, Pixie Dust and Mary. Hi, Princess. Sweet Caroline. Thanks for being here. Hi, Carol. Hi, Be Happy. I'm so glad you're all here. How's everybody doing today? There seems like there's just so much happening. Am I right? Like, I feel like there's so much happening, and I don't know. I don't know. I have some theories. I just saw an article. I mean, it was Radar Online. I'll share it with you all in a minute. Hi, Pixie Dust. 3:25. Is that PM or AM? I hope it's PM. I hope it's PM, but I'm guessing it's AM. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Seabass. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much. Let me pull up that Radar Online article I just saw. It just had me thinking, what in the world is going on? Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look what I just saw when I opened up Radar Online. Oh, I literally just opened this. Have you all heard about this? Disgraced Sean Combs was seconds from death after an inmate took a knife to his throat. What? Have any of you heard about that? That's the thing, Stephanie. This is what I just saw an article, and I thought it was like a distraction. I feel like there's a lot happening all at the same time. I know. Is this true? Is this true? Let's read what it says. Okay, let's see. It says he was close to being murdered in his prison cell as he slept. A longtime friend of the incarcerated rapper claimed another inmate in the Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center snuck into the disgraced mogul's cell and held. Ooh, so snuck in, huh? Wow. Okay, so it says Combs. Oh, let me make this bigger. Oh, wait. Does that make it bigger for you know what? This is what I can do. Shortcuts on the keyboard are things that I'm learning, and that is a shortcut I've learned. It's command plus or maybe control plus. I don't know. I forget which one's command, which one's control. I have a Mac computer, and my keyboard is it's like a hybrid of Windows and Mac, so it's messed up what all those like control buttons are. But anyways, let's read what it says. It says Combs' longtime friend and fellow music producer revealed the 55-year-old could have easily been killed in the middle of the night. He woke up with a I don't know whether he fought him off or the guards came. I just know that it happened. Finney believes the close call was meant to be a warning to the disgraced rap star. If this guy had wanted to harm him, Sean would have been harmed. It would only take a second. It was probably a way to say, next time, you ain't gonna be so lucky. Everything is intimidation, but with Sean, it won't work. Sean is from Harlem. Yeah, we know he's the one that's been the intimidating one, don't we? We know that. We know that. Please, we know. It's disgusting. Yeah, could have, but didn't. Yep, exactly. Seems like a PR spin. I wouldn't be surprised trying to get sympathy from people. Absolutely. Hi, not quite royal and joy of my hearts. Thanks for being here. We're going into conspiracy land here, but hey, I have questions. That's for sure. I have questions. And this is what I'm thinking too. I mean, if jail is meant or the cell doors are meant that you can't sneak out, please explain to me how someone can sneak in. So, Yeah. Near catastrophic cell invasion. Very, very witty indeed, Jan Williams. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I don't buy it. Let's see what else the article says. Oh, thank you, Pixie Dust. Pixie Dust is asking everyone to please subscribe. I appreciate it so much. I also have another channel revealing the crime, which, ironically, is that the right word to say? This would have been actually a very fitting article to talk about on that channel. That channel I'm just getting up and going. So if you can, like, I would love it if you would go subscribe there. Okay, let's see what it says. Oh, there it is. There, now we know what the motivation is behind this person breaking into a cell. And it says Combs' lawyers have argued for him to be transferred to another facility. Worried about just this kind of danger, the rapper's legal team expressed its concerns and its, well, you know who else lived under those conditions. I can think of many. As the disgraced rapper's lawyers claimed, his housing is dreadful and inhumane. You know what else was dreadful and inhumane? I feel like every sentence I'm reading here, I'm like, you know what else was a hellhole condition? You know what else was dreadful and inhumane? Oh my goodness. Oh no. I think the food's probably the roughest part of it. Really? That he gets it for free? I mean, there are people fighting to get food. I know, the audacity, the audacity. Not Quite Royal says this is right after the judge denied his motion to serve his sentence at home. They're trying to manipulate, it seems. Oh, is it Ash? I did okay. So Ash is saying that the same person who represented Nexium's head Keith Rainier is Diddy's lawyer. And if that's true, well, I mean, if you've had that defense once before, yeah, it's pretty much plug and play, right? No pity. I agree. I agree. Lisa says he has, and I'm going to pronounce it wrong. My apologies. He has commissary. I forget how to pronounce it. Money to buy other stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Good luck, Lizzie B says. Good luck. Good luck. Let's see. Nobody's okay with staying in jail. Well, yeah. He wants to move to prison, it says. He begged a judge to let him spend the rest of his sentence at a low security prison. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're in a high security prison, I would assume. If you want to go to a low security one, that means you're at a high security one. And someone snuck into your cell in a high security one. So what are they going to do in a low security one? Right? Second way was right. Commissary, is that the right way? Liz Cat. Oh my goodness. Pixie Dust says also, I believe he has many videos with people in high power. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think there's a lot of connections going on. In Yeah, those are medium security prison. There are medium security prisons as well. It's wild. It's wild the things that they come up with. Personally, I think it's highly suspicious. The timing just seems too I mean, it's suspicious. So he's asking to be transferred to a low security prison, but he was attacked, I'm assuming, in a high or medium security, as Lisa or Liz, and yet, it's just suspicious. Another manipulation. Yeah, yeah, it's not his call to be put in low security. That depends on good behavior and such. Yeah, yeah, low security, not home. Yeah. I guess if you don't ask, you don't get. I mean, there's some truth to that, right? In my I've mentioned to everybody that I'm Armenian. I was born in America, born and raised in America. I am a very proud American, but ancestrally, I'm Armenian, and my second language is Armenian. One of the one of the things that we say in Armenian is when someone is asking for something that is, like, out of the ordinary and they shouldn't ask. I'm Ash, I messed this up. I forget which is which. My parents grew up in Iran, but they're Armenian. So I think that's Eastern, right? I think I'm Eastern. I forget. But in Armenian, when someone asks for something and it's like out of the ordinary that they're asking, you would say to them, "Wow, you have a dog's face." And it's actually a very cute saying. Yes, I do speak Armenian. Yes, I do. And it's yeah, it's Western. Thank you. So it's basically like, I mean, Diddy's doing it in an ugly way because he's not a good person. But, sometimes I'll go and I'll ask my mom, like, "Mom, can I have a second piece of chocolate?" And she'll say, "You have a dog's face for asking that?" Oh, you guys, guess what? Look who we have here. Hi, Sue. How's it going?
I actually just wanted to stop in and say thank you to everybody for it's been a rough day, and I'm actually about to go to bed. I'm, like, exhausted, but, and you sent the nicest message revealing thank you so much. You guys are just fabulous.
I'm sure this is an incredibly difficult day, and
Mhm, mhm.
I give you my heartfelt condolences.
You
Um,
guys are
but
fabulous.
to everybody that doesn't know, Sue lost her cat today, and I'm very, very sorry,
It's
Sue.
only been a year since I lost the other cat, so now I've gone from 3 pets to 1, now we just have Finn. But, I mean, I know it was the right decision because she was in a lot of pain,
Mhm.
and we did all the blood work and all the stuff, and, the doctor said, "Well, yeah, we can do blood transfusions and dialysis," and I said, "A dialysis on a cat?" Like, "No, I think we're done here." So, we made the appointment and took her in and had her put down. This is a sucky decision to make, but I don't want to stop your live. I just wanted to come on and say thank you to everybody and thank you to you. And I am just I'm wiped. So
Mhm.
I'm just gonna call it a day.
Okay.
That's
Well,
all.
thank you for stopping by, and I'm
Bye,
sending big
everybody.
hugs, and everyone here is sending big hugs, and I'm sure we will talk tomorrow.
We
But
will.
sending big hugs to you and to your family and
Thank
to
you.
Finn, and it's, um it's truly a horrible, horrible thing.
Been a long day.
Yeah.
I'm been a long day. I'm about done.
Yeah.
So, all right. Have a fabulous live. Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you. Thank you. Talk to you later, Sue.
Bye, honey.
Bye. Oh my goodness, that's rough. That's so rough. I mean, we were just talking about it in the Sidley Twins live, and I lost my dog in um March 8, 2024. And actually, oh my gosh, I'm gonna take my glasses off because it might be time to cry. But my dog, her name was Snow White, actually. She was 14 and a half years old. That dog had been with me through everything, and, like, I don't know why it's like this with animals, but you can't tell that there's anything wrong, like, they hide it from you, and I used to go to sleep holding her paw, it's like, oh, it's a really sad thing, and it was a very similar situation to what happened with Sue. I took her in on a Monday to an ER, and I got the worst news. They told me that she had cancer, and she was anemic, and that if I wanted to, I could even say goodbye to her that night. And I said, absolutely not. This is not going to be her last day. I'm not going to have it be in a vet's office. I'm not going to have that. And my little Snow, she was a Chihuahua, 13 pounds, and she loved In and Out Burger. I don't know if you all know. In-N-Out Burger in California, but or actually it's spread to a couple of different states now too. So on our way home, I stopped and I got her an In-N-Out Burger, and I didn't give her too much because I didn't want her to feel even worse, you know. And then on that Friday, I had a regular vet appointment. I already had made it before. So it was March 8, and we went in, and it's like timing, timing, because until that Thursday night, she could walk, but that Friday morning, it was bad. And what a sweet, sweet dog. I had to carry her to go to the car, and she was still barking at people. Like, I was like, okay, this is going to be okay because she still has energy to protect me, you know? Yeah, they absolutely are our family. So, I ended up having to say goodbye that day. Um, and I'm gonna tell you all, this channel is because of my snow. All of this is because of my snow. And let me explain. There are two paths that have led to revealing the narc, and both are tied to my snow. So the first one is that after she passed away, I couldn't watch any TV because I didn't want anything unpredictable. And I couldn't even watch shows that I already knew unless they were comedies. So that's when I started reading about Harry and Meghan, because I found out that they're ridiculous. That's when I started watching YouTube, and I would watch The Royal Rogue and the Sidley Twins and so many other channels. So that's what got my interest in it. So this was now March of 2024. And I had also joined a Facebook group for people that had lost their pets. And in that group, I made a very good friend. Um, Her dog passed away the day before mine. And she and I have been very, very close. We've never met in person, but I swear to you, she's like one of my best friends. I feel like I've known her forever. So while she and I would chat, I would tell her, Meghan Markle is a narcissist. And she would say, but how do you know? And I'm like, I know. And so she would say, yes, no, she did. She gave me a gift from heaven. And Stephanie, not only did she give me a gift, I feel, she gave my current dog, Aurora, a gift. And I'll explain what I mean by that. So my friend, I would send her links to like the Sidley Twins and the Royal Rogue for her to watch these videos. And she would say, no, I just want to see like very short, fast clips. I just want to see all of, what you say when she pushes Harry, she pulls Harry, or the mask slips and all of that. And she told me, you should start your own social media account with making those videos. So in two ways, both from Snow. First of all, when Snow passed, I couldn't watch anything other than Harry and Meghan because of the grief. And then through that grief, I met a friend who inspired me to start revealing. Isn't it wild? And the reason I say that this is a gift for me and for my little Aurora, because I I was laid off like 2 months ago, but before that, I knew that I was gonna get laid off. I had known for about a year and a half that our site was closing where I was working before. So the timing just kind of was was perfect, where I was able to start this channel and commit to this channel and still, fulfill my responsibilities at my job. Um, but I've also been able to stay home with my little Aurora. The job before my last one, I was working 60 hours a week. Um, so it's been a blessing for my little Aurora too, because she's used to me being home, and it's just I hope I continue to be able to work from home and stay with my little pup. Let's see what everyone has said. Thank you, Kirky. Kirky says, so sorry for your loss. I watched Seinfeld on. Yes, Kirky, it's so amazing that you say that, because Seinfeld has been my staple since January 2022 when my dad passed away. So every single night when I go to sleep, Seinfeld is playing. And because I've seen it so many times, it's like a white noise that's in the background, but Seinfeld um, has been a go-to for me as well. Liz Cat says, "My little brown cat ended up with an enlarged heart from renal disease. The vet offered heart food. I declined." Yeah, it's just we just love these babies so much, you know? They really mean everything to us, and a lot of times, like I felt with Snow, she hid that she wasn't doing well because if I knew, you know, and I hear a lot of pet parents say this, if I only knew, if she only showed signs, if I maybe if I paid more attention, but I think they hide it from us on purpose. They don't want us to know a lot of times. Joy of my heart says, after a week of Scrappy passing, my husband found Grace, our puppy he saved. Oh, I'm glad, and I'm sending you big hugs on your loss. Pleasure O'Reilly says, I believe our pets communicate from the other side. I do too. I do too. I sometimes have like hummingbirds that show up at my window, and I really believe that they come to us in our dreams. So just recently, actually, maybe 2 weeks ago, I had a visit from her, and it was a long visit, like, usually, I feel like when I would see her in my dreams, it would be, very short, but this was a long dream. It was so nice. It was so nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I appreciate it. Yeah, I love sleeping to funny videos too, is the way to do it. Hi, Ivy of House Park. I'm glad you're still up. Carol is asking everyone and from me that in lieu of super chats and super stickers, if you could please consider donating to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. The link is in the description of this video. So yeah. Spike Boop Baby Shark. I hope I'm saying. Oh, Spy Kaboo. Oh, that was the name of your pet. And you know what, Spike? I'm sorry that you had that experience with the narc. And my Snow also was with me when I was married as well. And the la so I separated in 2020. So there's a part of me that feels that at least for the last 4 years of Snow's life, we were in the home that we're in now, and she had me all to herself, my little baby. Yeah, they're the best. They're the best. Oh, that's okay. I'm sending big hugs. It's the worst experience, honestly. Honestly. Um, oh, thank you, Pixie Dust. Issa Men says, my Diego was with me for 21 and a half years. Wow. February was when I had to let him go. Oh, I'm sending big hugs, everybody. Hi, Bible Unbutchered. Thanks for being here. I feel like I haven't chatted with you in a long time. Liz Cat says, when Solomon passed, I went out days later. There were Michaelmas daisies everywhere, Solomon daisies now. That's sweet. I don't know exactly what those are. Oh, I'm sending you big, big hugs. Losing your grandson was the worst. I'm sending big hugs. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, so sending big hugs to everybody that's here and to everybody that's going to listen to this in the future. And yeah, I'm so grateful that we really have a community of people that are so kind and nurturing to one another. And thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Oh, it seems I may have missed a couple of super chats. So, this fan said, wanted to hop on real quick so I could get some good luck because I'm going to my cousin's wedding this weekend. Sending you all the luck and best wishes. And oh, Disfan says, I've had some. You know what, Disfan? I remember you talking about this. I remember you asked me once, what do you do in this situation? Do you tell the fiance or do you tell your cousin? And yeah, I'm wishing you all the best and I'm wishing your family the best. And Disvan also says, I'm going to encounter another cousin who is somewhat estranged. Wishing you all the luck in the world, wishing you peace and that you're able, I don't know, I want to say celebrate, but it's hard to say celebrate when you're worried about another person, right? So, yeah. Yeah, let's see. Okay, let me get caught up on that was weird. It said I had oh, okay, Michael Muz, I hope I pronounce it right. They're daisies. Okay. Because they reach their peak around the 29th of September, Michaelmas Day. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Pixie Dust says, I started my own handmade business and I do most of my work. Oh, thank you. What an honor. Thank you, Pixie Dust. Yeah, yeah. All right, everyone. So let me go back to this article that we were talking about. And actually, we got here for a reason. And really, what I wanted to do was show you this other article that I saw. Now, I don't know if it's still there because I saw it. Um, this one. This is the article that I saw, and it says, and it was like literally just published. Let's see what does it say. October 22, 5:09 p.m. Eastern. So just 3 hours ago, this was published. And it says exclusive inside Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's new marriage rift. Experts say will definitely end in divorce. So this caught my eye because I personally have noticed that at least on X, I am getting a lot more negative comments than I normally would. Like, usually, I mean, it's hard for me because I have so many different social media accounts. It's hard for me to keep track of all the comments. So, I do want to say I do my best to read and respond to all your comments. So, apologies if I don't get to it. But I have noticed on X specifically that I'm getting maybe like 10 times the negative comments than I used to get. Like, I think I used to get maybe one or two a day. And now I'm seeing probably like 10, and they're nasty comments. Like, sometimes they're not that bad, but these ones have been bad. And then I was listening to the Sidley twins and the nasty comments that they're seeing. Yeah. More bots, Lizzie says. Yeah. They are not getting a divorce. It's all PR for now. Oh, looks like I got my Amazon package, everybody. I don't know if you heard that. Yeah. Let's see. Liz Cat says, "Nuh-uh, she won't leave unless there's a billionaire. She loves that title." Well, Liz Cat, what if the titles are gonna be gone soon? Right? What if they're not there? Bible and Butcher says bots are in full use. Yeah, I feel like the last week has been out of control with these bots. And I have noticed on X that some of my videos um, have gotten more reach than they usually do, but still they have they have no work, so more spare time. Yeah. Let's see what this article is actually saying. So, um the Duke's growing independence and renewed connection to his royal roots have created a rift that is sure to end in divorce. How about that she drove by the site of the fatal accident? You know, w- we know, right? It's getting to the end now. And then it says, while the pair smiled for cameras, observers noted an uncomfortable dynamic. Markle lingering to pose while Harry appeared to pull forward, muttering what lip readers claimed was, "Come on now." Wow, I didn't notice the lip reading comment. And then it says, a friend of the couple said there's definitely been a shift in Harry. Uh, Why do the ads do this? Like, if you're gonna be there, just stay there consistently, don't shift. Okay, so then it says, since seeing his father in the UK, he's become more confident and self-assured. It's as if he's finally realized he doesn't have to live in Megan's shadow anymore, and that's completely unsettled the balance between them. I mean, I can imagine, and yeah, this is my theory. I believe that Megan was upset with Harry when he went and met his dad, and that the drive in Paris was partly uh, out of anger and potentially retaliation for Megan. I mean, for Harry visiting his dad. Like, I do believe that. Let's see. GMJ says, "Do you mean you're being threatened or harassed?" You know, thank you so much, GMJ. I think some of the comments are really nasty, and but they're not that bad. So what I do actually is, as soon as I see them, I block them. But you're right. I should pay more attention to what they're saying. There was actually one, like, early in my days when I started this channel. Someone said something like, "You need a therapist," and I was like, "Who does it?" We all need a therapist. Okay, so Carol is saying that there's 110 people in the chat and 62 likes. So if you could please like, I would appreciate it. I love it. I would love it if you do. Lizcat says they can't take the prince title until he's convicted of treason in a UK court. He's a prince of the blood. She would be Princess Henry. That makes sense. But what happens, like, let's say, like, what's happening with Fergie, right? They took away the Duke titles. Andrew is still Prince Andrew. So now Fergie is nothing, right? Like, she doesn't have a title. So what would that be, what would happen to Meghan? Yeah, Harry can still be a princess, but if they divorce and there's no more Duke and Duchess titles, then she's just back to Meghan Markle. Even though I think she was trying to be just Meghan. How many of you watch Will and Grace? Because Jack on Will and Grace, he made a show and he called it Just Jack. So I think Megan wanted to be just Megan. She doesn't have a last name. She's just Megan. Let's see how far I got. Fergie is divorced. So that's what I mean. Like, if Harry and Meghan get divorced and Harry loses the dukedom, then she's just, just Jack. Just Megan. 124 now, baby. Pixie says, yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you guys remember that too. Okay, I'm glad. The jazz hands. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's see what else this article says. Yeah, the shift began when he went to London. Like, imagine, okay, so off topic, but kind of on the same topic. I have had a top 5 list of the worst things that Megan has done. And I've never actually counted them. Like, I have an idea of what they are. And I was thinking to do a future video where I actually like enumerate which ones I think are the 5 worst ones. And of course, there's the bullying of Princess Charlotte. There is the taking of the name Lilibet. There is the Oprah interview 3 weeks before Prince Philip passed away. There is the nastiness towards the Queen in the last years and towards Prince Philip in the last years of her life. And the fifth one I want to say is the driving in Paris. Those are the top 5 that I have, like, off the top of my head. So I haven't, like, brainstormed these. So Princess Sweet Caroline is, like, just 5? Uh, I'm trying to think of the 5 worst, and I don't think I could even I don't think I could even say which one is worse than which one. They're all, yes, yes, the mock curtsy, the demanding the tiara, the dogs, her father. Yes, yes. See, there's so many, not alphabetically. Oh my goodness. Uvalde, yes, the fires. And then, bullying Princess Charlotte, yes. And then I just saw something about they got $4 million or something for the fires. I haven't looked into it, but I saw it in social media. I just can't, the way she was at the funeral, yes, yes, there are so many things. There are so many things. And I wanna add to that list, she knows Charles has cancer. She knows the time is limited, and instead of encouraging her husband to reconcile with his father, she's making it worse. And actually, I saw an article also today in Radar Online, and let me pull that one up because, okay, this one. So I think I'm gonna do a video actually about this article, and I wanna say I know that Radar Online is a tabloid, right? So it's not necessarily the most accurate of stories, but on this channel, there are a lot of other channels that dive deep into the facts of what is happening. They check the legitimacy of all of these claims. On this channel, because our purpose is different, our purpose is to take what is in these stories and turn them into teachable moments for us. So we almost have to assume what we're reading, not that it's true, but we have to take it at face value so that we can analyze it, because it's just asking for too many, calling that the royal family were racists. Yeah. Yeah. Um, Anyway, so what I saw was this article, and look what Megan's demand is. She issued an impossible ultimatum, and it is that she is never in the same room as Queen Camilla. Please explain to me how reconciliation can happen on those terms. It can't happen. And then to make the manipulation even worse, look what she says. Allegedly, according to this article, it says it's because she is, let me see where it was. She's calling it a boundary. She's calling it a boundary. It's infuriating that she's taking something that many of us are learning how to create, and she's twisting it into something completely different. Yes. Yes. Ash says, "I'm sure Camilla won't be in a room with her either." Um, and that's the thing. I don't know what she says Camilla did to her, but here's the thing. She knows that having problems with Camilla is having problems with Charles. That's the point. She's making an impossible demand because she doesn't want reconciliation to happen, and she's using this boundary as, like, this is me taking care of myself. That's essentially what she's saying. I'm taking care of myself. I am creating a boundary. Excuse me? It's just to this woman, she blames everyone for her failures. Lizzie says Megan doesn't respect boundaries. Exactly. She doesn't respect boundaries, but then she wants everybody else to respect hers. And she's not using the boundaries properly. Yes, she's playing on his emotions. Yeah, we will read about it in a future book. Princess Sweet Caroline says, yeah. So I don't know what the reasoning is. Let's scroll through the article because I tried to look for it and then I got distracted. So let's see. Oh, so it says here Harry lies. It's a viewed as a deliberate barrier. So that's good that if Harry's really recognizing that. Um, okay, it says the move comes as Buckingham Palace quietly advances what has been dubbed Project Thaw. Uh, Harry's recent brief visit to the UK included private tea with his father, lasting just under an hour. Queen Camilla's patience appears to be wearing thin with the idea of Harry's return to the royals. One palace aide says Camilla thinks it's utterly absurd to let Harry or Meghan them back into the fold. She was firmly opposed to Harry's last visit, but Charles went ahead anyway. The idea of Meghan returning even for a short time is something she finds completely unacceptable. Relations between Camilla and the Sussexes have been tense since the publication of Harry's memoir, in which he described his stepmother as dangerous and a villain, accusing her of leaking stories to rehabilitate her image. Those close to the Queen say the comments cut deeply and forgiveness is unlikely. A friend of the Queen said Camilla never forgets a slight. Um, in her eyes, Meghan fueled and magnified his anger towards his family. And I agree with that. Meghan did magnify it. Mm. Camilla's willing to keep things polite on the surface, but that's where it ends. This is a boundary. This is a boundary. Willing to keep things polite, and that's it. Do you guys agree with me? Let me see what you all are saying. Harry never liked Camilla. Um, okay, so Liz Cat is talking about the Archie's hair. I heard that this was before maybe the baby was born, Liz Cat, but I'm not sure. And from what I think it was in Tom Bower's Revenge, maybe it was in one of these books, but it wasn't meant to be a negative comment. So you guys agree that this is a boundary saying I will meet with this person, but I am not letting them into my inner space. I am not letting them into my inner circle. I am not sharing things with this person because I don't trust them, right? That's a boundary. Saying I will not be in the same room with this person, that's not boundary, that's conflict. You know, we've been Duchess Francis is asking how long we've been on. It's been about 43 minutes according to my clock here. I'll probably go another 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, Pixie Dust says I may not like Camilla, but she's super right about not wanting them back. Yeah, I agree. Hi, baby grandma. Baby grandma says they've got to face reality. Camilla is queen, whether they like it or not, and Megan will never be queen. Yep, she won't. She won't. She'll be Duchess Delulu. She's definitely Duchess Delulu. Simply, Karen's Karen says Megan making boundaries after her vile behavior is laughable. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Duchessa. Carol says, was Camilla onto Megan's game earlier than we thought? I feel like she would probably, I think so. I feel like she would know. And I think, a lot of people I think were I don't know, I think you can sense it if you really pay attention. I don't know. Uh, Jan says Camilla was ill and didn't appear herself at Remembrance Day, so Markle had to do it herself. She was clumsy and had no clue how to behave. Yeah. Hi, Lizzie. Why doesn't use this energy on her dad and siblings? Yeah. Yeah, Megan is out of her league. So let's continue the article. Let's see. Like I don't remember seeing a reason why Megan is saying not with Camilla. Um, and this is why this is so cruel. What Megan is doing is because she's not only damaging Harry, but she is creating problems for someone fighting with cancer. Um, So it says Charles is pleading with both women to show restraint. I think Camilla, based on the statement in this article, she seems like she says she'll be polite, but that's it. Like it's not going to go, it's going to be a superficial relationship, which is absolutely the safe thing to do. If you have to have a relationship with someone that has been harmful, um, because of the greater good, like for whatever reason you're not able to go no contact, then what Camilla is saying is the right way to handle it. You establish a boundary, you in your mind, because it's very difficult to I don't know if you all are like this, but I go in with the intent of, being having boundaries, but then when I see a little bit of kindness, sometimes I can fall for it. So I don't know what my point was in saying that, but it's a really good thing to do if you're having to walk into that situation to know exactly where your boundaries are, what topics you're willing to discuss and what you're not willing to discuss. It says Camilla refuses to yield and Megan won't compromise. They're deadlocked. And I agree with this. Megan is playing it deliberately by insisting she'll never be in the same space as Camilla. She's created conditions the royals could never accept. It's her way of shutting the door with while making it look like she's still willing to talk. Nobody thinks she's willing to talk. Everybody knows that this is a manipulative strategy, that this is being done because she knows she won't get her way. Oh my goodness. And see, that's where the article ends. See, it doesn't say why. It doesn't say why Camilla specifically? Like, why not Catherine? Well, we don't want her near Catherine. Well, maybe Catherine's not even an option. Maybe they're like, "Look, you're getting you're not seeing more than just the king." Yeah, being civil, it can be definitely so hard. Yeah, I agree. I agree. She makes every woman her enemy. Yeah, 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 truly. So Jan says Lizzie B absolute facts. So wait, where did I lost the chat. I wanted to see what Lizzie B said. Lizzie B said Camilla is queen. Princess Catherine will be queen one day, and if George was already grown up and engaged, she would be envy. Yes, yes, I agree. Absolutely, absolutely. And one day I think she's gonna, if not yet, she will be envious of her own daughter too. That's just um that's just what she's shown the world she's capable of. If you can bully a 3-year-old child, I don't understand it. So, let me see what everyone is saying. Um Okay, so let's see. Pixie Dust is saying, I might be reaching, but as we know, Megan thinks she's Diana 2.0. Maybe she's trying to be harsh to Camilla as revenge and to cater to Harry. It could be. It could be. Um, I I think she definitely doesn't want to come back to the UK. Come back. Come back implies that I'm there. I'm not there. I wish I could go back to the UK. But I think Megan doesn't want reconciliation to happen. So she's putting on this front of I am definitely willing to reconcile. I'm reasonable. I will absolutely do that, but I won't do this. And that but I won't do this is something that is so impossible that like it's so needed for the peace. She's trying to look like she's willing to be peaceful, but she's not actually. Rupiti says, wasn't Camilla in the room when Harry visited to make sure recollections don't vary? I I thought it was just the two of them, just Harry and Charles. But if anyone knows in the comments, um, please let me know. Not quite. Roll says, in our hearts we are in the UK. Yeah. Allegedly, Saint Hudson. Everyone is just so mean to me. Yeah, yeah. She doesn't want reconciliation, simply Karen says, "I work so hard." Yeah, yeah, she does. And she's all about financial literacy. Oh, Megan. Oh, Megan, she has to be the victim. Agreed, defenestrate. She has to be the victim in every situation. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Lizzie says anyone who bullied a 3-year-old child is evil. Absolutely. Jessica did it. Yep. And they both are. Yeah, I agree. I think this is something that I really want to explore. This, because unfortunately, if you've been in a home where there are narcissists, now whether that's within the home or, you know, close relatives, it's very, it seems like people don't stand up to this person, that they will watch them, the cluster B personality person, do harm. And I just don't understand why people, like, I feel like I would stand up. I would say, "You," like, if I was Jessica, I'd be like, "Dude, I'm getting on a plane and I'm leaving. How could you talk to that child that way? I'm out of here." In fact, I would stop by Catherine and I would say, "Catherine, you need to know what's been happening. Megan did this. She's trying to do this to the children. And please make sure your child is not alone with her." But that's what I would do. Uh, One Rose says, "Am I the only one noticing her hairline?" A lot of people have mentioned that, and I'm really bad, One Rose, at detecting when someone is wearing a wig and someone isn't. So I don't know if it's that we're used to seeing her with a wig, and this is what her hair has always looked like naturally. I don't know. Hi TMTB, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Jan says the fact that those two even think they have a footing to negotiate. Yeah. Yeah, they're Duke and Duchess of Delulu. Seriously. Yeah, birds of a feather stick together, Pixie Dust says. Yeah. Yeah, Laura agrees that the hair does look like it's thinning. Lizzie says she's not taking off her edges. It happens when you wear a lot of wigs and weaves. Yeah, she wears wigs a lot. Liz Cat thinks. Yeah. It's the super tight, slick back hair that's making her hairline look like that. Yeah, I wonder if my hair looks like that when I put it in in a ponytail. Oh my gosh, your picture is so cute, Lost Girl cosplay. How pretty. Did you make that? Let's see. Bible Unbutchered says, I saw an interview where an African American said, woman said, Black people hate her, judging by her wig. I don't quite understand, but I I don't know. I don't know. I'm really bad at telling who's wearing wigs and whose isn't. Like one of my favorite movies are the Twilight franchise, and so many people will sit next to me and be like, "That person's wearing a wig," and I'm like, "Really? You mean to tell me Alice Cullen, or no? Let's go with Rosalie. You mean to tell me Rosalie's not blonde? I thought she was blonde." Oh my goodness. So a couple of days ago, I posted a quick video on my members chat. So I want to share it with you all here. I am gearing up to go on camera. So I pretty much have everything set up. I'm waiting for a tripod to come, and you guys are going to laugh. Getting the camera, cuz I was practicing with another tripod I had. getting the camera to be at the right angle, to look like you're looking at the camera, but also to be a flattering angle is the most difficult thing you'll do. Like I was raising it an inch, then I had to raise my chair an inch, and then I had to angle it down. And then because I angled it down, then half my head was cut off. So I had to lower my desk. And then when I did that, then I wasn't making eye contact with I mean, it has been frustrating. So even after I set it up, I have to practice to make sure that it looks like I'm like when I have so much respect for people that are on camera. I don't know how you just talk into a lens. It's incredibly difficult. And I hope when I do go on camera um that I'm able to look like I'm making eye contact with all of you. So, yeah. Yeah. It's been exciting, and I'm really excited, though, to get on camera. Yeah, let's see. Elizabeth says her hair looks messy in New York because I believe she has extensions. I've heard her natural hair is very short. She goes between wigs and extensions. Now, I wear wigs myself. Interesting. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah. Um, hey, Vaco says Megan has her mother's hair. She has to relax it. You know what else needs to relax? Megan's delusion needs to relax. Megan's hypocrisy needs to relax. Megan's grandiosity also needs to relax. Oh my goodness. Okay, Pixie Dust says, take your time and find your angle. Okay, I'm gonna say something else to you guys. Well, should I say it? I'm gonna say it. You guys, my face is crooked, okay? And I say that I've been telling my friends that my face is crooked, and they're like, no, it's not. You're beautiful. And I'm like, no, look. And then I'll point it out to them, and then they'll be like, yeah, you're right, it's crooked. I'm like, I know, because for like 10 days I've been trying to set up a studio, trying to get the camera angles and everything right. And when I'm looking straight at the camera, my face is crooked. So I think I finally figured out that my left side is my good side. So my camera will be uh to my left. So it's just funny. Oh, Lizcat says you're supposed to look just at the top of the camera, not into the lens. It makes you look as if you're looking into people's eyes. Thank you, Lizcat. I'm gonna have to give it a shot. And I think what I'm gonna do when I start practicing is I'm gonna say out loud, like, okay, I'm looking at this, I'm looking at this, I'm looking at this, like section of the lens. And then whichever I feel like is the most natural one, then that's the one I'll look into. But I have so much respect for people that are on camera and that they do it in a day, that they do it every day, that they're on camera every day. Maybe maybe that's the trick though. Maybe being on camera every day, you get used to doing it every day. So maybe that's what I need to do. Just get used to it. It's funny. Oh, pretty face is asymmetrical, Seabass says. Is that right? I Oh my goodness, it's funny. Maybe once I'm on camera, I'll show all of you the left side versus the right side, and you can see that um, that is not straight. Carol is asking, does relaxing the hair damage the hair? I would imagine that it does, and the reason I say that is because you're breaking peptide bonds or protein bonds, right, in the hair when you're trying to make it straight. So I feel like anything that you do to hair that's outside of getting a haircut is damaging, right? In fact, my mom says to me, if you dye your hair is going to turn gray. And I'm like, Mom, and she'll say that to me now. I'm 43 years old and I have some grays, not a lot, but I have some. And so she'll tell me it's because you dye your hair. And I'm like, Mom, I'm 43. Like, I'm not 17. I know you think I'm 17, but I'm not. Like, I'm I'm less than a decade away from 50. So oh, thank you. Thanks everyone. Summer came too early spy. Oh, is it hot where you are, Lizzie? It's been getting a little bit cooler, but tomorrow here in Southern California, it's gonna be 78 degrees. But I can't wait till it's like cold fall weather. Bible Unbutchered says, we're all uneven, half your image, two completely different size. You're not different. Thank you. That's good to know. That's good to know. Hey Vako says she and Harry will be banished from the kingdom. The walls are closing in. And this is why I think like we are at what you call this the climax. We are at the climax that I mean, everything has been downhill since Meghan went to Paris. And to add the cherry on top is what's going on with Andrew and Fergie. Like, if I were Meghan, which I'm not, but if I were, I would be shaking in my boots. However, Meghan, I don't think I think she lacks a lot of on her face. Maybe she's born with it, maybe it's Vaseline. I actually saw something yesterday, was it? Some dermatologist was saying, like, putting Vaseline on your face is great, but I thought that you're not supposed to put it on your face. But you all let me know. Sate Hudson says, "No one's face is asymmetrical." Siba says, "Look at yeah, Catherine is perfection. I adore her. I do. She's so gorgeous." Arashi says, "I started getting gray when I was 14." It's genetic too, you know. I know a lot of people that also got gray hairs, and I have to tell you, when I see my gray hairs, I kind of like them. Like they're very shiny. They're like I love bling, and my hair basically has like strands of bling in it. Oh my goodness. It's been getting cold in Utah. Oh, that's nice, thunder snows. Oh, I love that. Um, Elizabeth says that her daughter and her family live in Southern California. Cool. So they're experiencing the um, same weather I am, probably. Oh, Defenestrate lives in SoCal too. Yeah, tomorrow where I am in the Inland Empire, it's supposed to be 78 degrees. One Rose says, "Is everyone hearing her latest gig with AI? I'm so sick of the two of them." Oh, whoa. Okay, see, this is what I mean about the ads. We're gonna stop sharing. Something changed and I thought my computer crashed, but it was just it was just an ad. Um, yeah, I remember Lizzie being that you say that. If you flat iron it a lot, I actually in the early 90s, my cousin used to actually use an iron on her hair. Isn't that wild? Yikes. Tina says, "I only dye my hair nod." I'm not sure what that means. I used to relax it. I had since I was a kid. Finally went natural about 10 years ago. My hair definitely proved, but will never give up dyeing. I usually go pretty natural with my hair. I recently got the Dyson Air Straight, which is good for getting making your hair straight, but it's your hair can be wet when you're doing it. In fact, it's supposed to have some moisture in it, and I do like it, but I rarely I think the last time I used the Air Straight was maybe 2 months ago? Yeah. Oh, did I get muted? Can you all hear me? I'm pretty far back. Oh, okay, I was breaking up. Okay, good. I'm back. I'm good. I'm back. I hope you can hear me. Liz Cat says, "But Andrew gave up his titles, they weren't taken." I do wonder though, was he backed into a corner? I can't imagine. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. Because of what I've read about Andrew. Actually, I shouldn't even take credit at what I've read about Andrew. Technically, it's Cheer Denise that read it, and I just watched her YouTube video. But he seems incredibly entitled, I would say, and I would imagine he wouldn't give up titles unless it was condition critical. right? Unless perhaps something bad is about to come out, or like I feel like we haven't seen the worst of it yet. I feel like this is damage control. This is getting ahead of the problem. And actually, I haven't talked about Andrew with anybody yet, so I'm just saying this out loud and for the first time, like I'm really talking about what I think about it, but you all let me know what you all think. Um, oh, your mom has silver gray hair. I love it, Carol. I honestly I think I'm gonna really dig it when I have gray hair. Yeah, I think I'm really gonna dig it. It's warm where you are near San Diego, Defenestrate. We're pretty close to each other, because I'm in the Inland Empire, so I had the circle of death thing going on. I don't know what that is. Oh, the like it's loading. I'm glad I'm back. I don't know what happened. Um, Not Quite Roll says Vaseline is good for dry skin if applied after a nighttime moisturizer and washed off in the morning. Interesting. I remember seeing that. I think maybe it was a TikTok trend like 5 years ago where people used to put it on their eyelashes. And a lot of people said you need to be very, like, to actually not do that because if it goes in your eyes, it's dangerous. Uh, oh, I actually love that, Marcy. Having streaks. I actually really like that. Okay, good. Audio is good. 64, no gray hair, Native American DNA. Awesome, Princess Sweet Caroline. Awesome. Oh, look who's here. Hi, Sandra. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Andrew was forced to give up his titles or the king would go to parliament. Yeah, so he was backed into a corner. Yeah, Cheer Denise is great, Chanson. I love her. I really do. Let's see, 59, no gray hair, Australian Aboriginal. Awesome. I love it. Liz Cat says Andy is a bit dense, but he settled with I always pronounce her name wrong, but it's to spare his mom's jubilee. He fell on his sword for the queen, and it's really cost him. You know, I I'm trying not to. I know that this is an issue that people fall on either one side or the other, right? And this is the reason why I try not to talk about um, things that are, I don't want to say divisive, but things that people feel very passionate about because I don't, what's the word I always, it's like the perfect word, but I can never say it when I have to think about it's time to say it. I just want this place to be a place where we can talk about toxic people that are around us, and I never want anyone to think that just because we have a difference in opinion about something or yeah, I just I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah. Let's see. Pixie dust is from Egypt. That's a whole world away from SC. Oh, from Southern California. Pixie dust, I used to listen to a lot of Egyptian music. I would even sing it. I had no idea what I was singing. I was just mimicking what I was hearing. So, yeah. Let's see. David says, or Davida says, if you pay closer attention to Rachel, her hairline at the fake humanitarian awards, that was a front lace wig. I noticed how tight her hair was pulled up. I'll go take a look. One Rose says TRG has a video she just put out with them being involved with WEF and AI initiatives. Megan is so desperate to fit in somewhere when no one else wants her. Well, I'm very you know, WEF is I don't have a positive thought about the WEF. uh, that I can think of. Yeah, please don't put Vaseline on your eyelashes. You'll develop, oh, really? Which is an infection in the eyelash sebaceous. I hope I pronounced that right. Gland, and you'll hurt badly. Yeah. Oh, look, Cheer Denise's link. So everybody, please go subscribe to Cheer Denise too. She's great. She's great. All right, everyone. I think I'm gonna call it an evening for me. I want to thank you all so much for joining me on at the last second here. I actually recorded a video and I didn't get around to editing it today. It's 21 minutes so far, but it's a good one. It's a good one. But yeah, oh, Lizzie's gifting a membership. Thank you so much. Okay, Liz Cat is saying the MSM is really smearing Andy because Bill Clinton used to go to Lolita Idol. Yeah, and that's just it. Like, there's so there's so many of them. Like I completely see that. Like why I completely see that there's one person that is being held accountable. However, in a perfect world, I wish they could all be held accountable. I wish they could. So I totally understand where you're coming from, Liz Cat. Thank you, Pixie Dust. Oh, where did it go? Thank you, Pixie Dust. Thank you. It's such a fun chat. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'll be posting a video tomorrow. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, a beautiful day, and a great afternoon, no matter where you are in the world. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. Bye, everybody.